Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing more Final Fantasy deck builds. This video is going to be a little bit longer because I'm going to be doing two Final Fantasy deck builds specifically for 7. And this, like all the Final Fantasy deck builds I've had up to this point and the next, couple after this one, they are just like first round drafts. Just for nostalgia's sake, I wanted each of the decks to be like number specific. So like Final Fantasy 7 deck only has Final Fantasy 7 cards. And after doing like the learn to play videos and stuff like that, I will probably be breaking down most of the decks to rebuild out of those. I do have a feeling that some of the decks that I have made so far actually will be fine to keep on their own. Like, I think 12 specifically, it is pretty well rounded between like forwards, backup, summons, and type. Like, it's not overloaded with all different types. So let's go ahead and get started into this. The first deck out of the 7 that I'm going to be focusing on is like a good guys. So it will be only forward characters from the main party. So we'll start here. I think I already separated these out. And I'm going to start. Like, set that aside. Even though it's like main party that I'm wanting for the, like, I guess good Final Fantasy 7 deck, I am including like other games. So because, like let's say he was first. This is where the Buster Sword came from. He handed it down to Zack. He was his teacher. Like, I think that's even him here at the edge and Cloud over here. And Zack was the one who had passed it down to Cloud. So I'm going to start there. Leave those in. Leave Chocobos out. And even though this isn't, it is like by far the strongest card that I have for Final Fantasy 7. So I'll keep that in the good pile. Alright, so now main character Cloud. There's all his, Aerith, all of Tifa, and we do have the, like, you can only get that promo card with the 10. A lot of Tifa. Barret, Red 13, and the optional character of Vincent, which he had his own game, Dirge of Service, and Yuffie, which is another optional character, and Sid. Okay, so these are our very large pile of forwards to try to condense down to 25. So separate it now by type. If I don't have backups for that type, then there's really no point in trying to have forwards unless it's dark or light and you have multiple, because then you can just sacrifice Okay, so let's go ahead and go to summons first, because we only want to keep 9. Just kind of see what deals damage like those. I really like those. And kind of want to make sure that I don't have more than 3, because those wouldn't be playable anyway. Like those. I got room for 3 more currently. I can go ahead and skip that. Choose one character that costs 4 or more and break it. That's actually pretty good. Up to 3 forwards or monsters your opponent controls, dull them and freeze them. That might come in handy. Choose one forward you control. Forward, opponent controls. So yours gains 2,000 until the end. Former deals damage, but its power to don't really care for that. So we'll drop that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's see. 2, 2, 2, and 2. Okay, so whichever is best out of those, and that. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is how easy it is to get our summons figured out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But 2 of those will not be playable in the evil deck. So these will be our summons for the bad guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and separate these out by type. And these are ice. Don't really have any for that. Don't have nearly enough for that. Okay. So Cat Sith, even though it is a player, because I don't have any forwards that are ice type, I don't really see the point in trying to hang on to that. At least for now. I don't know, bad guys might be able to use it. Okay, so because we only have the 1 for that, I'm going to go ahead and just say that that's the 1 there to be able to summon that. And we don't have a whole lot here, and because we do have quite a bit more fire type forwards, I'm going to keep all those. Keep all those here for now. Okay, so here is just needing to narrow it down. So let's kind of see, like, as far as any of the forwards, if I can't use them, then they Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and shove him over for like the evil side. I do want to keep that one in. When Aerith enters battlefield, choose up to 2 category Final Fantasy VII characters in your break zone other than Aerith. And okay, so you can bring stuff back from the graveyard using her. Choose one you control and doll it for the turn. But it gains this forward cannot be broken until the end of turn. Choose one dark forward and break it. It doesn't say specifically which side, so you could destroy your opponent's forwards, but they have to be dark. We'll go and go 2 for now. Holding on to that one. Want to keep him. When Angel's put on the field, look for one named Zach. And add it to your hand. Well, because I do have some Zags, I do want to keep that for now. And since we're trying to narrow it down to 2 of each, for now at least, and I am finding, going through these cards and deck building and everything like that, fire types are like way up, like more up my alley for deck building. And I'm definitely going to be keeping that in mind, like second round of deck builds when I end up tearing these down, is that I will probably be more focused on building fire type decks, because you can deal additional damage by effect. If you control a card named Yuffie, this gains haste and first strike. Okay, so they kind of like bring each other out. Okay, so narrowing everything down by 2 that has gotten a good number of cards out of the way. Just because I like for this like this first playthrough, even if a deck is like barely playable or not really playable at all, I'm still wanting like just like a pure nostalgia deck for like first time playing through each deck, being able to see the different cards, the different types, what they can do. So like that's what these are about, is like learning how the cards work, not necessarily like building a good deck, not the first playthroughs. So I guess right now, kind of see where we're at and how many we still need to get rid of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We got a long way to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 27 cards we need to get rid of still. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to be kind of focused on just strength first time through. Anything under 5,000, I'm just going to drop. Which these are all powerful cards. Yeah, 7 I've definitely noticed is like more of a focus, the Final Fantasy cards, because like it does seem like we actually got a couple Final Fantasy 7 cards specifically are like way stronger. Alright, so we need to cut our forwards down half of what they are right now. So I guess we'll just go by like really good ability. Cloud enters the field. Choose one forward. If you control 4 or more category 7 forwards, break it. Don't like that one. Put one category 7 into the break zone. Search for one forward that costs 1 CP more than the forward. Play it onto the field. Okay, so like if I drop 2, then I can search for a 3 and summon it. So on and so on. So that one's not too bad. I'll probably just keep 1. That's a definite keep. Deal 5. Yeah, keep that one. Deal at 10,000. I have to want to keep those because that can break a card. When Barret attacks, reveal top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 7 character among them to your hand and return the other cards to the bottom in any order. I'm gonna try to hang on to those. 1. Try to hang on to 1. To all forwards opponent controls. When Vincent attacks or blocks, you may pay 2. If you don't pay 2, Vincent breaks. I don't really care for all that. Vincent cannot be broken by opposing summons or abilities that don't deal damage. Choose any forwards as you want with a total cost of 7 or less and break them. That could do quite a bit against your opponent. I can drop those. Don't really care for that ability. When Vincent attacks, choose one doll forward deck and break it. Like these, I mean, it doesn't really say if it's yours or theirs. Okay, you can return cards to your owner's hand with that. Okay, so these are like literally just about helping each other out. I can do without. Just gain 2,000 till a turn, can do without. I can do without those. Choose 1 to forward, it gains 3,000. We'll keep those. And keep those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We still have more to go. Sorry about that. Just kind of trying to figure out where I'm about to go from here. Alright, so I think it would be helpful, since we're down to just these, to drop them. Because then we can go ahead and drop these as well as backups, and that'll take us down a bit. Get another count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards left to drop. And none of them do I really want to. It's just like what's left is really good. I think I will go ahead and drop that one. So we got 3 left. Drop one of these. I have 2 left. Okay, so we got 1 left. And there it is. Okay, so we now have our forwards finished. And we have 2 light, number of fire, and then there's the rest. Alright, as far as, we dropped those for summons. We have 3 Bahamut. So we'll bring back Phoenix and Shiva. So we now only have 3 different. And have to keep that one now to be able to get a Shiva out. Okay, so that one's done. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to narrow this stack down to 10. And that would finish it out. Okay, she's pretty helpful. She could help quite a bit. Let me search for one category, Final Fantasy VII, forward, and add it to your hand. That just kind of takes up space. Search for one, drop avalanche. Yeah. That kind of takes up space. Search for Biggs to bring him out. That kind of takes up space, so that leaves this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just need one more. Pull these back up. Okay, so this can help bring out a forward, and we got it. That is our Good Guys Final Fantasy VII deck. And I do, for this one, like most of my other deck boxes are just like cheaper ones, just right on top of what it is. But this is like the nicer one from Square Enix, where I have Shinra covers for the cards. It's a decent fit. Okay, so I'm going to pause this for a sec. When I come back, I'll have this done. Okay, so I had paused it to put the Good Guys Final Fantasy deck together in protectors, and this actually came with a 60 card count, which you can go like 40 or more for like a certain type of deck, but like the standard construct deck is 50 cards, so that's what I was trying to be, aiming for with these. So just real quick, this is kind of what I had ended up with. Perfect fit into these really nice, like, buy them straight from Square Enix store. They have like a tabletop section, and that's where I get like the starter decks from. I did buy the one Final Fantasy VIII like specific picture box for booster packs, And I think when I bought it, it was like $50, and it has since then doubled in price. So I'm probably not going to be buying booster boxes again for Final Fantasy anytime soon. They do have some pre-made type decks that are like, I think a 2-pack is coming out February of next year, and then another one in March. So those will probably be my next opening videos for Final Fantasy. After getting these deck builds finished, the next time I come around, that beautiful box for that, will be, like actually playing, like learning how to play. And when it comes to learning how to play, I'm actually going to be sitting down with my wife to teach her how to play all these games. She's never played any card game, like pretty much of any kind before. So it'll be, like teaching someone who has never played how to play. So it'll be a lot easier for people to pick up on and at least get a better hold and grasp of it. And after, I've tried each one of these decks and seen how they work, and because like out of all these decks, I really only expect maybe 2 to actually work, and all the rest are going to have to be redone. So let's go ahead and get the other half of this Final Fantasy VII pile done. I'm trying to make like a bad guys version now. And that's just for 4 words. Like, really only one bad guys for 4 words. So, having said that, I should probably go ahead and get rid of the chocobos. They're not all that great anyway. Which means that there's really no need to have wind-type backups. Okay, so because of that, I do now want to see where I'm at. And because of like changes that needed to be made with the first one, that now drops. Maybe I should keep wind type backups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bring these back for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 backups. Well, because I only have 7 summons instead of 9, I could say I need to drop 10. Okay, so now going through forwards and trying to see what I want to keep. I'm going to go ahead and go through the fire types because I don't have any fire type backups. So if there's not something I'm really wanting to keep, yeah, I can go ahead and drop those. Hang on to those for now. Don't really care for his ability. that. I love that art for Sephiroth, but I don't really care too much about that ability, because just by summoning him, all players have to discard 2 cards from their hand. It's one of those negative effects you can really do without. Okay. Let me go ahead and go back through and make sure that I only kind of have, 2 of each. That'll help. Okay, so see where we are at on forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we actually need to put 4 back. Well, I'm pretty sure we have it at these 4 right off the bat. Okay. 25 forwards. Our 7 summons currently. So we just need to drop 10 out of what we have. I'll probably do the same with these. Make sure there's only 2 of each. Okay, so just need to drop 6 more. Okay, well, I don't have any bigs, so that one pretty much becomes totally useless. Okay, so the green would only be used for summons. I'll go ahead and take those out just because that's a useless card right now because the Yuffie's not in this deck. Okay, those are pretty much useless. I still have Cat Sith. Yeah, I still have a couple Cat Sith in those. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, yeah, that does it. And that is our Bad Guys Final Fantasy VII deck. Be nice to see how that one plays out. Alright, so that does it for this longer deck build episode. We got our Final Fantasy VII decks made. It'll be interesting to see how those two clash. Please like, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.